And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone.
Hello, I'm Victor, and this is the Bookyard. For this month's roundtable theme, Stretch of Stretch Reviews chose silent protagonists. He had video games on the mind when he chose this, but of all the games I've played, only one had a completely silent protagonist, and I already reviewed that. Now, of course, I went ahead and sent Stretch a package full of deadly scorpions, but in reality, this theme presents an opportunity. You see, there are only two forms of media I can think of where having a silent protagonist really works. One is video games, and the other is short stories. So, this month I will be taking a look at the short story Kingdom of the Rats by Stephen Baxter in his book Evolution.
As a quick note, Evolution is technically one story told as a series of vignettes. Each story represents a day in the life of one of humanity's ancestors or descendants at different points in time. Overall, I found the book well written and imaginative, though not very exciting. Also note that, for most of the rest of the review, I will be resorting to hand-drawn visuals due to the bizarre nature of the subject matter. Please be forgiving, I can't actually draw. Kingdom of the Rats takes place in a 30 million AD megaforest and follows Remembrance, an ape-like post-human living in the trees. Her people are about a meter tall, covered with fine fur, the tops of their heads still carrying a slightly thicker tuft. They're more adapted to living in the trees, and although they are back to being only slightly smarter than apes, they do, out of instinct, build structures in the trees. Anyway, while snacking on a piece of fruit, she gets ambushed by the Chattering Folk, another group of smaller post-humans adept at group hunting, with no qualms about eating a distant cousin. She flees down the tree out of their reach only to encounter a rat leopard, an ancestor to the common rat that managed to fill the role of the big cats in a world where having good climbing claws lets you hunt on different forest levels. She flees back up a different tree, evading the rat, only to get snatched up by an extremely large relative of the ever-adaptable finch.
Remembrance is not having a good day.
She manages to escape the finch's grasp and falls back down into the forest below, surviving the fall only by hitting every branch of a tree on the way down. On the ground, she visits a watering hole, where she sees, among gazelle-like rabbits, hadrosaur-like goats, and other rodent predators, a bunch of raptor mice, guiding a herd of giant pink elephant-like creatures walking on their knuckles.
Yep, men are being shepherded by mice. Stephen Baxter is having just a little too much fun with this whole "see how the mighty have fallen before the uncaring forces of evolution" thing. I wonder how much further he figures he can take this.
We soon find out as Remembrance is chased by a young mouse raptor into a hole in the ground, which is filled with a bunch of wrinkly, blind, pink-skinned creatures. Naked mole humans. It makes for an unpleasant image. Eyes fused shut, bodies like wriggly babies, fingernails having grown into oversized claws, all to serve a hive society. Our ape-like heroine hides out in a corner of their burrow until a seasonal madness forces them to the surface, at which point she makes her escape while nearby predators are otherwise occupied by the crawling pink buffet. Remembrance, after avoiding some cormorant-descendant bird whales, finds a new grove of trees with other ape humans, and the narrator informs us that she survives to have descendants.
Now, the actual story is not the real story, I guess.
Here the author's focus has been on exploring Remembrance's world and how it got to be this way, playing around with potential evolutions. And I would say that those bits, the parts where he steps away from the narrative to world build, are the best parts of this book overall.
Like I said, overall the book wasn't that interesting, but individually some of the stories can grab you. In any case, this has been Victor with the Bookyard. Thanks for watching and have a good day.
Hello darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk with you again.
By the way, check out the other roundtable reviews for this month's theme of silent protagonists at the link provided. And meanwhile, crap! Knew I forgot something. Cody?
You would do something which will do something you don't know, but then you have to go do another something for no apparent reason which will cause something to do something else, and then after you've done all of that, you forget to Oh, hey Victor. I was, oh actually, was it you who sent me these bark scorpions?
Yeah.
Well, actually, bark scorpions are a pretty big tradition here in Australia. We like to bite off the stingers, then drizzle their blood over kangaroo steaks and koala testicles and crocodile feet. It's pretty good sometimes. I don't really know how you figured that out and sent these to me, but thanks. I'll be sure to get you a hamburger. Yeah. So yeah, thanks.
Right, well, enjoy that. I send deadly animals to kill an Australian. I have no one to blame but myself.